Okay, what is up guys? Brandon here, and today, well, I've decided to do that sequel to the Gran Turismo 3 video I did maybe a couple months ago, I can't remember, so let's get right into it. Real quickly though, I do want to add, I brought my copy of Gran Turismo 2 to help me do some comparisons of just how much more cars there were in it than GT3. Let's kick off part 2 with sort of a statistic, I guess, if you want to call it that. There was technically 4 Dodges that appeared in this game. The Viper Concept, the Viper GTS, the Viper GTS RT Morca, and the Stratus. Can you find the Stratus? Yeah, this is a total Dora moment, because it's literally right there. So, while it's not a playable car at all, it is there. It appears in the garage, well, the home menu, really, if you look in the corner. But it's there. What you are looking at is the only BMW available in Gran Turismo 3. As a matter of fact, this car will never be available again in Gran Turismo, replaced with the likes of the M3 GTR, Z4, and other cars like it. The 328 Ci, however, wasn't the only car that got this treatment. Other cars that got the Lonely Boy treatment include the Alpha 156, although rumors swirl of a race car version of this being found somewhere in the game's coding. I've never really seen it, but it may be there, it may not be there. With games like this, you really don't know. Another such car would be the Fiat Coupe Turbo Plus, which in 2 was partnered with the likes of the Punto, the 500F, and the Barchetta. We also have the Lancia Delta HF Integrale Rally car. Well, maybe not really, because they have confirmed the Stratus and the Stratus Rally car to be in the game's coding. So, this one's technically not the Lonely Bird it really is, but it's the only available one, so it still makes the list. The Shelby Cobra is also a total loner. It originally had the likes of the Daytona Coupe, the Series 1, and 2 Fords accompanying it. Whatever happened to those? Well, a few of them would appear later on. Another company that took a massive L in watering down was Daihatsu. It originally had a wide inventory of these little cars, but now it's just down to 2. The Miura TRXX and the Staraya X4. Suzuki also took an L, losing a good number of cars, including the Cappuccino and the Cultus Pikes Peak. It now, in this game, only has the Alta Works and the Escudo. At least they kept the Escudo, am I right? Who cared about the Cultus? Tommy Kaira was also watered down pretty badly, going from a wide variety of tuner cars, from a tuned little Daihatsu and tuned Skylines, to just the ZZS and the ZZ2. Where's the ZZ3? What's wrong with it? Nothing. They just scrapped it. And then you got this misfortunate bastard right here, the Lister Storm V12. Tell me the truth, how many of you have actually driven this thing in a race? I mean, it is honestly so watered down. Who even bought the Lister Storm in GT2? I mean, this poor thing, it needs... Please just work on this. This car is nice looking. It kind of looks like a peanut, actually. Here, look at it. Look at it. It looks like a peanut. My sister would love this car. But it's just... why is it so bad? On to some more positive topics, there were some pretty good debuts in this game, actually. Such as Panaz, Pagani, Gillett, and Tickford, which is technically an Australian Ford company. And speaking of Gillett, its only car, the Vertigo race car, in GT3 isn't exactly what it seems. What you see here is a red variant with blue whales. The Gillett Vertigo race car we know today from GT4 onwards is yellow and has about 792 horsepower, right? Well, let's check and see what happened with this one. 419 horsepower. Looks like they really tanked it up, am I right? Made it better. Well, actually, there's evidence to prove that this Vertigo race car is not the same one. This is actually a 2000 model, and the model we see in GT4 onwards is a 2003 model. In fact, in the Vertigo race car's description in GT6, it talks about a 420 horsepower Vertigo touring car. So, is it likely that this is that Vertigo touring car? If so, they should bring it back under the name Vertigo Touring Car. Wouldn't that be cool, actually, to see the two Vertigos racing against each other? I think so. And then there's Pagani. Pagani has been a very powerful company since its start, actually. The Zonda was a very strong car to have in Gran Turismo 3, and when tuned right, could actually be one of the fastest cars. Also, did you know that yesterday was Horacio Pagani's 60th birthday? Also, him and I actually share a birthday. I turned 19 yesterday. So happy late birthday, Horacio Pagani. I also share a birthday with the likes of Josh Peck, Miranda Lambert, and Martin Luther, the founder of Lutheranism. Guess what my religion is? That's right. Okay, we are about to jump ships a little bit here. We're gonna take out Gran Turismo 3 and put in Gran Turismo 2 for a little bit here, just to help us out with some comparisons. You just grab my memory card, switch, and let's do this. When am I ever gonna talk about this game? I'm not sure, but I just want to bring this up real quick. This car wasn't released until 2003. This game was released in 1999. Were they working on the prototype that long, or were they predicting the future? Freaky. You decide. Another extra here, actually, for this video, the M12 here, you can, in Gran Turismo 6, you can actually modify a Cizeta, what's it called, the V16 GT? You can modify that car to actually look a little bit like the Vector M12. Why haven't they brought back Vector yet? That was actually a pretty cool brand. And for the love of God, Polyphony Digital, please bring back the Intrepid. This is what the ZZ2 used to look like way back in 1999's Gran Turismo 2. This is what the ZZ2 looks like in Gran Turismo 2. As you can tell, the single roof scoop has been split up into two, and there is no rear spoiler anymore. The rear brakes actually also got a redesign too. As you can see, they had a little like black sectioning around the tail lights, but it changed. This is what the Speed 12 used to look like in Gran Turismo 2. And here's the Speed 12 in Gran Turismo 3. As you can tell, the front has been redesigned to look less intimidating, mind you. And the back has no spoiler anymore. Oh, and the taillights have changed. In fact, the car just kind of went through a whole cosmetic change. This is what the Motorsport Elise used to look like in Gran Turismo 2. And this is what the Motorsport Elise looks like now. As you can tell, the back window or whatever has been fully covered up and it's no longer gray to look like an actual window. It also lost the brownish copper rims and were replaced with black. And it can come in multiple colors, including light green, blue, the green it came in originally. It also comes in black, red, yellow, orange, and light blue. I like the light blue the best. This is what the Sara Rally car used to look like in Gran Turismo 2. And this is what the Sara Rally car looks like in Gran Turismo 3. As you can tell, not only did it go through a red paint job that, if you can look closely, transitions to white at the top, but the spoiler was moved down from above its rear windshield to its trunk, where it should be. Honestly, with the windshield spoiler thing it had in the past, it looked like a minivan, am I right? Quick fun fact, did you know that the Acura RSX Type S is actually the next-gen Integra? I actually didn't know that until recently. I mean, looking at it now, yes, that is the, at the time, next-gen Integra, and I feel kind of stupid not knowing that at the time. But all we know is that it's just a nice-looking car, am I right? Now it's time to talk about the version-exclusive cars, the cars that only appeared in GT3. As I mentioned in my previous video, there were 6 Formula 1 cars that appeared in the game. Unfortunately, I lost the data for, well, the video I had shown you previously. I had lost all that data. I actually deleted it because I thought I wouldn't need it anymore and let my brother try the game. He hasn't played the game in a while, so I just took it back and said, you know what? I'm going to restart the game, actually, and if you notice, a little bit about me right now, if you notice, I'm only on day 10 with a Shelby Cobra. I actually cheated to get $500,000 and started with a Shelby Cobra, because honestly, I never took a Cobra. in any game I've actually played, really, so I figured I'd try something new and take the Cobra for a change. Well, enough of me, let's get on with the actual version exclusives, shall we? I'm actually going to start with what could be the misfit of all the version exclusives. This is the Lancer 7 rally car prototype. It only appeared in GT3. As you can tell, it's in the Lancer 6 rally car's livery. It did not appear with the Lancer 6 or with the return of the Lancer 4 in GT4. Instead, it was replaced with the Lancer Super Rally Car, which was essentially a Lancer 7 or 8 in the Lancer 4's livery. I'm trying to remember this the best I can. But what's weird is actually the Subaru Impreza Rally Car prototype, which was a prototype for the 2001 Impreza Rally Car, reappeared alongside its 2001 Rally Car and 2003 Rally Car counterparts. So why didn't this car make a return? Is it possible that it instead became the Super Rally Car and left the 7 prototype behind? Might be. Another car that likely, shall we say, evolved in a way, could potentially be the Nissan Z concept. As we know, sometime after GT3's release, Gran Turismo 2002 concept version came out for Tokyo, Geneva, and I think there was one for Seoul. I don't know, but the United States did not get that game. It showcased a 350Z, kind of like this one, but a little bit more closer looking to what we'd get in Gran Turismo 4. Another car we also got in Gran Turismo 4 was the Nissan 350Z Concept LM race car. But no mentioning of this car, the actual 350Z Concept. What happened? Well, I kind of think that maybe this car evolved into the 350Z Concept race car. So if you want to know where that race car's base model came from, this car right here more than likely. Okay, so this one's really not a version exclusive. 2 other Mazda RX-8 concepts would appear in Gran Turismo 4, one in red and one in yellow. But the other colors for GT3's Mazda RX-8 concept are version exclusives. Well, until maybe 5 and 6 when you can paint the car. Anyway, this one comes in silver, blue, white, and black. The ones in 4 onwards would appear in red, and then a second version would appear in yellow. Yeah, so this one may be a version exclusive. I'm kind of iffy about calling it that, but I figured I'd just share its info. Even more interesting, the RX-8 actually shares a somewhat similar color palette as the Acura RSX, coming in blue, white, black, red, and silver. No other colors. And now to wrap it up with one more final note. This is the Lotus Esprit V8 SE. It's kind of weird for, well, a little technicality it has when you go to buy it. Isn't its name supposed to be above the car or something? Here, let me check. Okay, we got that with the Esprit 350, so why not this one? They must have forgot to put it in and never went back and corrected it, because the same issue is in later versions of the game. In fact, I think I have one of the more recent versions of the game. And I think they stopped making this game actually in, like, what was it, 2008, 2009? They only stopped making the console in 2012. Yeah, this console ran for 12 years. One of the longest going without add-ons. Isn't that nuts? And that wraps up today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to keep up with some of my later posts. See you around.